Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy new week. Happy new week. Oh, welcome, 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 welcome. I just want to quickly do this video. I'm not going to waste time. It's still during the week, but I'm feeling like it. I'm feeling up to it. So, good evening, G. Simon. How about I cite you? You're welcome. Good evening, my people. I titled this video "Why It Is Good to Ask Questions," and I think one of the problems that Nigeria is having right now is like I was saying yesterday, that people like people don't want to move their mind, or even think, talk less of say critical thinking, just normal thinking. So why? Because that critical thinking is coming from questions. Like, if you are able to ask a question, that means you are thinking. If someone is telling you something and you are like, okay, really? Wow. Then you ask a question. It means you have kind of tried to internalize that thing that person is telling you. Your mind is moving around that thing that person is telling you. That's why you are even thinking, you came up with a question. But if your mind is not working, or your mind is not moving around that thing that person is telling you, it's like empty cup, pour. You will just absorb everything. But once you start asking questions, you activate your mind, because from the answer you are getting, you could ask more questions, and that question is for more clarity, for more understanding, or for even to understand where the thing is going, where it's coming from, what is happening now, what you want to gain from it, that kind of a thing. African people, we need to start asking questions, and it starts with the children. Stop beating down on your children. When they ask you question, try to answer. They don't say, this small thing. That time when they say, this one can ask them. Let the person ask question. Like today, one of the things that cause insult on Facebook is when somebody asks question, they'll say, when something is being shown and everybody is yeah, 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 and one person just asks one question, you will see insult and attack, because they don't expect you to ask any question. They want you to just swallow anything they are telling you. Good evening, Ubani. I greet you. Good evening. I greet you, Chibike. You're welcome. Greetings also from Germany here. So, my people, I want to do this video and say why you should always ask questions. Ask questions, encourage anybody to ask questions, be willing and open to answer questions to the best of your knowledge, as far as it is known to you. Of course, you cannot answer more than you know. Yeah, and in being open, you are also willing to learn more, because you cannot know everything. So right now, I want to begin with the question of you guys, our Seraphic water. Now that NAFDAC have started to now that NAFDAC has started to be asking for, maybe are they going to do their job? Are they going to stop with miracle water of Jeremiah, or are they going to go around? That's the question that people supposed to ask. Like, for example, there's nothing wrong if you have a water business per se. Like, let's assume Ebukobi have a company, and the company is manufacturing water because it has large congregation. They will need water. The climate is very warm, and then he's selling that water for them, because if they don't buy his own brand, they will need to drink water, and they will buy from any other brand. So if he's cashing out on that niche and say, okay, I have a lot of people here who are thirsty, who need water, and who would want to buy water, and I want to cash into that market and be the market, the sole producer and the distributor of this water, and selling it on his church ground, and people are buying. There's nothing wrong there. It's physical business, right? So what is the category of this water? Is it miracle water? Does it have approved registration number? That kind of a thing. So you should be able to ask that. And based on the way Ijele has been treated, I think it's a valid question, because you need to ask, is the water for healing, for miracle, or it's just a brand of water that anybody can buy and drink for refreshment, like a produce, like any other normal produce that you can open a company and produce water, clean water to people that can buy, right? Yeah, I think it's about time that the Nigerian government will rise up to the occasion. This is just an example. There are other people, they are selling different things. They are selling handkerchief and claiming different things about the handkerchief. So, you have to ask, is it this handkerchief is for miracle purpose, or it's just handkerchief because people are going to need that product to wipe their sweat, and because it's a very wet and humid climate, right? And that brings me also to the post I made earlier about a woman that she said she gave birth to a child at the age of 70. you know you should ask question. You should ask her. For example, she said she was not menstruating, like that means she's not going through the women's cycle for more than 10 years. So the question will be, but in that 10 years, did you at any time have any kind of irregular bleeding, spontaneous bleeding? Do you have any medical record, hospital record to confirm that this child is your own? This is logical question. Water is what? No, water is not water. It depends. Water can be water, but water can also be miracle water. That is, the claim on the water is, you know, beyond natural proof, for example, right? So, like this woman, she said that she gave birth to this child, and everybody's like, oh, and then you ask the question, like, do you have any proof that you are beyond that you are the one holding this child? And keep in mind that Nigeria is a place that many people are missing small children. Like, you live in a society where it is very common that so many women are looking for little children, and somebody just shows up and says, oh, and just tells any story, and you are just carried away. You refuse to ask any question. And the person that asked the question, you are all ganging up and getting mad and beating over yourself. Why? Why? So I'm going to tell you a story that happened here in Germany. Here, just this week. No, just this last week, the news broke out. So there's a couple that they were in need of a child. I can show you, for those of you who live in Germany, maybe you heard about the news, but I will just show you, but it's written in German, right? But I will try to explain. So this couple here, they say unerfüllte Kinderwunsch as mod motive, like they're asking, is it because that they were not able to conceive children that they went ahead to go and buy two Ukrainian people? This is what the news is saying. Ehepa, is a couple, husband and wife. So what happened? This husband and wife, they want to have children by all means. They have been looking for her to have children. In this Germany, they have done everything. They are not able to have children. The man is 41, the woman is 43. They are not able to have children. So they are now thinking, what can they do? They now devise a plan that they are going to look for any woman that have child. They will buy the person and collect the pikin from her. So they went to a internet where people are doing group to support Ukrainians. Ukrainian people that run into Germany looking for help and support. So they now went into that group and said they are also there to support Ukrainian refugees in Germany. So it happened that there is a woman, a young lady in that group, that she's pregnant. So they now use that group on social media to befriend that young pregnant lady. She's 27 years at the time. Befriend her and her mother. So it was as if they were best of friends. They were relating very well until the girl had the baby. The girl now had the baby, and they were like happy. They are celebrating that a baby has been born. And then they said they will come and visit them, that they will take them to a restaurant. So when they now came and visited them, the baby was just a few days old. They went to a restaurant to eat. While they were in that restaurant, they put something that will make a part of the body to lose touch, like something that will make, like when you want to do operation, when they inject that place, and that place you not feel the pain again. So the woman was thinking that maybe she's having heart attack, or what is going on, that she's not having any feeling around that place, not knowing that he was doing that restaurant visit here in Germany. I'm talking what is happening in Germany. And they poisoned that woman with that medication. And then they told the daughter that, oh, they are going to, when the woman was saying, oh, I'm not feeling well, the mother of the lady that just gave birth, then that's okay, they will help her, they will transport her to the hospital. They were being very helpful. They didn't suspect anything. They say, okay. They started driving that woman to the hospital. They are not going to any hospital. What did they do? They got to a lake somewhere, like I will show you the picture of the place. It's like a lake, like a small water there. They drove into that place. They reached there. They carried something, shook the woman, threw am inside the water. They can't drive, went to the house where the young girl was with the new baby, thinking they have helped her to drive her mother to the hospital. Then as everything is fine, like she is going to be fine. They just said it's a minor something. And while she was talking with them, they from nowhere, they carry something, hit her for head, shook, hit her head. Like from there, the woman fall, the woman kpai. They carry fire, put for the body, burn am. Can't do everything finish, because they don't believe say na Ukrainian, nobody go know, nobody go have record of them. They can't carry the new baby, they come and say na my own, na me born this pikin. They can't carry the pikin come. You understand? German people, husband and wife, by Ukrainian young girl we just born, plus a mama wey dey follow up and down, by them for this Germany. If you look at this news, you will see that the news is, this is on the 3rd of this September. It's not an old news. It's not an old news. So if to say Germany is a country like Nigeria, for example, now, if they came and told that story and say, oh, God have bless us, we just have a baby now, people will just be saying, oh, thank God, or nobody will ask any question. Nobody will even say, I won't happen, but but when they came with the baby, the neighbor, everybody say, how did it happen? Which hospital? That kind of a thing. That's how the question started coming. And from asking questions, police have to come, and that was the whole thing was busted. I'm telling you. So ask questions. Let it not be any. Don't becloud your mind because they have told you, oh, don't question the things of God without the things of God. All those kind of a thing. No. It is God himself that created that system. That biological system is God that created it, And the people who are doing fertility treatment and helping women in the hospital and creating all these modern techniques to conceive, IVF, where they can extract the egg. And, if the person said, oh, I was doing medical treatment, I was taking hormones, I was preparing my body, it's a different ball game, right? You can say, okay, yeah, there is some kind of manipulation going on there. Yeah, there are extreme situations it can happen. There are people who are super fertilious that it's possible that even into their 60s they can get pregnant. There are women like that, but those are extreme rare cases, and it is provable. It is not a story like you just open your mouth and talk the story, everybody will say yeah. Nigerians learn to ask questions, even in politics. Anything that is happening, learn to ask questions, because in learning to ask questions, you will open your mind. In politics, when they are telling you anything, oh, we are going to do like this, we ask question for now, ask question for later, ask question for tomorrow, ask questions like, where is this thing going to, where is it taking us from, how did we get there, how did you come to this conclusion? Ask questions. In anything you are doing, in interpersonal relationship, ask questions, because if you ask questions, your mind will open up to different things that can come up. But if you are not asking questions, you understand me? You will be stuck. You will be in one place, and somebody will just come and tell you any story. You will just say, he said, and you did not ask question. And then if you see someone that is asking question, you get offended. Why? Because that question is kind of opening up something that you didn't even consider. And because you didn't consider it and you don't want to be stupid, then you get angry, So yeah, I just want to leave it here. Say it is very important to ask questions. Ask questions. And another thing I want to tell you also, there is something that is also called the death question. The death question. Let's assume that you go somewhere. The death question. Why is it called a death question? It's called the death question because, for example, you can go somewhere, maybe like recently you see in Nigerian news, young girls are being invited. They will invite them. They will say they meet someone on tele, even somebody they just know. They will say, come, before you know, they acquire that person, And one of the things that they may ask you is, did anybody know that you are coming here? Because you are not used to understanding that psychology. Say somebody is asking you questions to determine the situation of things, right? You will not understand that you are not supposed to give yourself away and say, oh, I sneak here, nobody even know, that kind of a thing. No. So just have that in mind. Anytime you are somewhere, you went out, make sure you are covered. Today you have means to record yourself, to give out information, to keep record about where you are all the time. So asking question will wake up your mind. Your mind will be very, very conscious. You understand? If somebody is telling you, come here, or do this, you ask him why. Why? For what purpose? What do you want to achieve with that? So after we do that, so how long is it going to take? So after that period, so you mean you go over it again. Once you go over it again, you will see that you yourself, you will come back to your senses. Yeah. So I just say, let me do this video very quickly like this. So ask questions. If somebody is selling you merchandise in the church and saying, oh, if you just use it, if you just did, even now I see on Facebook, everybody will come. If you drink this water, you put it like this. If you drink it, just drink it once, everything will be fine. Ask question. How? Like what? In what combination? Like, ask question. Because if you don't ask question, you will go and put yourself in trouble. So ask question. It's time for you to wake up your critical mind, and don't be offended when people ask questions, and don't be triggered by the question that anybody is asking you, because that question is for understanding, is for clarity, is for enlarging your mind, is for broadening your horizon. Be open to it. And be open to answer questions, and be open to allow somebody to ask you questions. You understand? So also you yourself be free in your mind. Even if you are not asking the question openly, let that question be going on in your heart. Like, be reasoning it. Be reasoning and say, really? Did he say that? Because when you are thinking about something, somebody is saying something and you are thinking about it, then you can go and search for it and do more inquiry about it. Like, even if you are not asking that person directly, right? Depending on the situation of this, but you can have that question already in your mind, and then you can go and do more research about it. Don't be a sinkhole that people will just come and throw anything and throw anything and throw anything, and you will just absorb everything. Why? Because you don't have any filter. Why don't you have any filter? Because you are not able to ask questions. And when you don't ask questions, your mind becomes dumped. You understand? Like, it cannot move. It cannot move. It's just where it is. At any time, it will just be where it is. Yeah. So in conclusion of this video, I just want to remind us again that our brother Ijele is still in detention. Like you guys, I have already ranted my own about what is going on with his legal team, but up until now, I don't know. Remember that remember that on this day, I think this was in March, that this magistrate struck out that case. He struck out that case and he didn't transfer it to the High Court. And his legal team also did not go to the High Court, right? So me, I don't know what is going on. And it doesn't seem to be an issue for them. I don't understand, and I'm just fed up. So yeah, let's remember Ijele in our prayers. And those of you that like to say, oh, Nigeria has happened to him, let me tell you guys, this is only like this is his legal team here. This is when they were confronting the two prosecutors that came on behalf of that Ebuka Obi. This woman, she's an Igbo woman. This man, is an Igbo man. All of them, they are Igbo people. So this is a case of Igbo people versus Igbo people. We in Nigeria, you understand? So yeah, people who are Igbo, who are in the federal civil service, are using their employment opportunity within Nigeria to tell the story about how one Nigeria will happen to you. But then I don't blame them. I don't blame them, because if the Nigerian institutions are not corrupt, if the Nigerian institutions are not corrupt, they will not be able to use that opportunity or that employment post, because there will be consequences, right? But because there is no consequences because of the failed system and failed structure of the whole things, right? Yeah, so it is what it is right now. So I'm just like overwhelmed when I think about it, and very sad. Like, even if someone that buys somebody, what is the offense? What is the offense that he's being kept? All the people that have been used to perpetrate this illegality right from the beginning are up until now, 95% of them are Igbo. So don't be saying, oh, Nigeria happened to him. Yes, Nigeria happened to him, but through who? Through who? Through who? Through who did Nigeria happen to Ijele, right? So will it be safe to say that if those people were not in those offices, that this will not go through for Ijele, right? Yeah, so at the end of the day, we have seen how the same situation, how VDM was able to deal with it. He didn't allow emotions to overrule his logical thinking. He was able to follow the factual issues on ground, and he's able to get through, right? So at the end of the day, if Ijele had patience, so it's just because he was just kind of carried by the emotion of that very day, and that's why he landed himself in this problem, right? Because on the other day, who are you doing saga with? People you don't know, people that their life don't even matter, don't have anything to do with you, right? And people who are looking for how to get after you. Guys, gentlemen and ladies, have you seen Ikenga Uruagu of late? The old videos that Ijele have done before, he has taken over. Have you guys seen the videos that this guy is doing in the last couple of months? Like, people kept sending me the videos. I'm like, are you people for real? It's like, is it that he wanted Ijele to go inside so that he will come and take Ijele's place? Because me, I'm not even understanding nowadays. I'm not going to play his videos, but I'll let you to see some of the videos that he's doing. Maybe you can go and watch them later. So remember, this same person said that he wanted Ijele's head, and that they should bring the head and give him $2,000. But today, I want you to look at these videos. You can go to his page and check it out later. You can see now the whole thing Ijele was saying, he's the one saying it. And he used to be a henchman. He used to be part of the whole people, right? And like you all know, I've never said that anybody should not succeed. I'm just saying, from the facts on ground and from what they are doing, there is nothing there. Like, they are just creating insecurity. But if that is the desire of the people, then there is nothing anybody can do about it, right? So here he said they are caused by miscreant. So he's calling them miscreant. He's calling them, I don't even know. So you can see his videos. Even the devil can't do this to his victims. So he's talking about the same people that he's part of them before. Me, I can still not believe it. You can see our words cannot express what we saw there. Here is the video evidence. So these are the same thing Ijele used to say He's the one that took over it. So is there no room for vindication for Ijele? At least, is there no room? I don't know. I'm asking. Is there no room for people to reconsider and even ask questions? When they're telling you that it's still going back to what I said. If they are telling you Ijele is an enemy of Fundibo, Ijele is an enemy in the, of Fundibo, eh? How? In what way? At least open your mind and ask that question. Even if you're not asking it directly, think about it. Do your own research about it. That's what I'm saying. It's time for you to wake up, come out from that slumber and ask questions. You understand? Look at him now. He's saying the same thing. You know, he's showing this baby. You can see, like, I can't play his videos. So the things, you know, he said Gentle is repeating us like he's like, I don't know. You can go to his video and see it. This is the same person that was like they should bring Ijele's head. Yeah, so that much is true, my people. So it's time for us to ask questions. There's no need fighting ourselves, hating ourselves, and buying ourselves, because the problem remains. The problem is still there. The people that are constituting the problem and the people who are benefiting, you know, there are people that benefit from Nigeria, and when they are benefiting from Nigeria, everything is okay, their life is good. But when they are not benefiting from Nigeria, quote unquote, then it becomes our problem. Like today, they are enjoying their positions of power. Everything is good. They will come pacify. They will say, "Oh, don't talk." They will give all the excuse. But once they are not benefiting from that government or in Nigeria institution or establishment, they will now revert to ethnicity. Ask questions. Wake up and ask questions. You know, say, really? When did this thing become obvious to you? At what point did it become obvious to you? Huh? You understand? So when they say one Nigeria has happened to you, or one, you ask how is it happening, right? How is it happening? If somebody, like for example, now I know there's a lot of difficulty Nigerian people are going through now, and nobody's asking questions. Even as the difficulty is persisting in Nigeria, there are people who are benefiting. Those people who are benefiting, bring them out now, they will say good things, they will have good things to say. But when they are not in a place that they are benefiting, they will revert to ethnicity and say, my ethnicity, my ethnicity. But when they are enjoying, there's no ethnicity. When they're in position of power, there's no ethnicity. When they are flying jets, when they are living in big government houses, there's no ethnicity. It is for them and their family. But when they lose out in that place, it becomes you and my problem. Why? That's the question we should be asking. If I did not enjoy with you, why should I suffer with you? Huh? Our brother is even saying that he came, that this guy I'm showing you, that he's the one that introduced the slogan, may God bless unknown government. Yeah, may God bless unknown government, whatever. May God bless him. So ask questions. Most of the things that Nigerian people are going through, and what is going to be a very big problem in the future for the Nigerian youth, is if they are not able to ask questions. Just because somebody is from your ethnicity does not mean anything. Because you are suffering the same suffer, you are going to the same market, you are buying the same products, you are going to the same dilapidated hospital, you are going to the same schools that are dilapidated and run down. You are like, it is of no benefit to you. But if the people in government are able to rebuild the country and put it in place and make the institutions run, it will be good for everyone, right? Everybody will benefit. If the schools are running all over the world, government schools are the best, because private schools rarely meet up, especially here in Europe. Before a private school will meet up with the infrastructure that government have and the quality of teachers that government have, it's going to be very hard, and they will charge extremely high amounts. So why can't the government provide education from small to the highest of standard? Why do they provide only for themselves? They provide only for themselves. When they are in power, they are like that Kogi governor. He pays school fees for his grandchildren in the front. right? So when things are going good for them, it is for them and their family and their children and for their unborn generation. But when it is not going well for them, it will you now become your ethnicity problem. Eh? It will now become your ethnicity problem. Call a spade a spade. Wake up your mind and ask questions. If somebody is saying this thing is because of ethnicity, ask him when he was benefiting, when things were going well for him, when he was riding in that motorcade. Who did he benefit? Who did he benefit? Right? When you were in that top civil servant position, who did he benefit? Did he benefit the ethnicity or did he benefit you? Right? So I don't even blame anybody that goes down, because the Nigerian government are not ready to build a society. Look at what is going on in Canada, for example, like that hate speech that lady made, like specifically threatening people who are working in her place of work. That makes it very unique for her. People have said worse in Nigeria, and the Nigerian government did not do anything. So hate speech thrives within Nigeria, and people have been numbed with violence. People do violent things as content. People do violent video. You live in a country where there is high violence, insecurity, and people will be doing it as a content. Are you trying to encourage insecurity, or is it funny to you because you are not the one experiencing it, because you have removed from that situation, like you cannot feel any empathy for the people who have gone through that, who have a trauma for it, and for you it is comedy, right? So the Nigerian government, they are not ready to build a society, and the only thing that can build a society is law. Because we can always have our ideological differences, we can always have our religious differences, we can always have even our individual differences, community to community, but what is supposed to hold us together is the law. And the law is the most corrupt in Nigeria. So if the law is corrupt, look at all the elections that they are doing in Nigeria. After election, all the election, the courts will decide it. Why? Then there's no need for election. Let the court just begin to appoint officers, right? So if you are not able to see the facts, you are only thinking about it because of your ethnicity, then you are not very far. You are not going to go very far. You are not going to go far. Yeah. So if at the end of the day, if that is the society that Nigeria people want, and that the Nigerian elite can provide, that is it. We'll just wait and see how it's going to play out. But please try to remove yourself from like you are more than ethnicity. Yeah, our ethnicity is our foundation. Our ethnicity is like, it's like you are born in your family, but then everybody came out from one family or the other. But at the end of the day, we are humans, we are people, we have the same biological needs, we have the same psychological needs, right? So let's operate from that standpoint. They have programmed Nigerians to think about their ethnicity, and only ethnicity is what moves Nigerian people, right? So there's a place for ethnicity, but the law is supposed to be the thing that binds, upholding the society. Once you break the law, regardless of who you are. But obviously, Nigerian elites are not able to enforce that law. They are not. And the law system that they have is a archaic system. I don't know where they went to go and copy that kind of system that doesn't do anything, is unproductive. People are wasting away in jails. People are being held for minor things, and the law cannot do anything about it, right? So yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, but at the end of the day, how you can change it, good evening, John, how you can change it is questions. Ask questions. If somebody is bringing a fact towards you, be asking questions. If you cannot ask it directly, ask it in your mind. There is something magical about being critical in your mind. Like, somebody is telling you something, you have not asked that person any question, but it is in your mind. You have registered it in your mind. It will have, because it has registered in your mind, you will check about it. You will try to look up information about it. You may try to watch a video about it. It's an open avenue. It will blow your mind. depending on what you find along the line, you begin to learn more, you expand your horizon, just because you open yourself to asking questions. So I want to leave you with that this afternoon, this evening, wherever you're watching me from. Yeah, please, my people, it is okay to ask questions. Let's normalize it. Let's ask questions. Ask questions. Yeah. If you are not able to verbalize it, internalize it and do your own research. Yeah. So I want to appreciate every one of you that have been a part of this program. And I will see you guys by the grace of God tomorrow. Stay blessed.